Angel Reese's love of bullying Caitlin Clark is undeniable. She repeatedly taunted her with the "you can't see me" gesture, which pushed her to the ground and hacked her across the face and head. Her dirty teammate took Cece out, and she even made fun of her on live television. That's why we watch women's basketball. And I want you all to understand that. Now, while everyone else is cheering and clapping, that had already happened. I had assumed that Angel's animosity with Caitlin would have at least subsided somewhat. But while watching this game, I came to the conclusion that, well, some things just can't be changed. And Angel Reese immediately attacks Caitlin. Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese are beginning a new chapter in their developing rivalry on the Indiana Fever's opening day. Let's get started right now. To get the game started, Natasha Howard forces her bulk on after scoring the easy two with Courtney Vanderloop underneath. The Bayou Barbie gives Howard a clap in return as she speeds across Howard to the hole with a challenging bucket, dives in and completes through the sight. Angel scoring the game's first points after Reese bricks the three on top of the key. Kelsey exits the pack and snakes the first logo in response to CeCe's first long-distance logo bomb, which she uses to get the home crowd excited. In the meantime, the woman named after chocolate does what she does best, blocking her shots like a stalker on Instagram, while missing easy gimmies underneath. Howard then makes her way inside and drops back-to-back buckets at the low block. Tasha Howard, who is able to lay it in with a Fever up by two. Speedy dives in for two before dropping a spicy step-back splash to get the Fever back in the driver's seat. After the first 10 minutes of play, the Fever maintain a 22-17 lead over the Sky. And to start the second half, Lexi hustles as she always does, grabbing the offensive board and turning Colson's garbage into gold. Then CeCe goes into Showtime mode as she bounces a gorgeous backdoor pass to Miss Hull, who then softly banks it in. Just before the quarter ends, she forces Elizabeth Williams to try out for Dancing with the Stars after she throws her ankle here, resulting in a foul. Clark, oh my goodness, she senses that the Fever is about to blow over and unexpectedly throws a straightaway tray to keep her team in the fight. However, just as Angel is getting into her groove on DV, she says, "nah," as she picks her pocket and cakewalks for the easy finish. And she ends up throwing a steal to the veteran. Nevertheless, after about 7 minutes, there is some pick and roll movement in the CC-TAB connection before CC acquires much state and drill as a 15-foot jumper. Boston then starts to get hot, blocking this shot right here and making a clever layup on the other end to increase their advantage to double figures. Boston puts in a great fake, and as the second quarter comes to a close, the Queen takes over and delivers a heart-stopping banger seconds before the half. You can bet that the Fever led by 13 points at the half, with Caitlin filling the stat sheet with 12 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. 3 blocks and assists. The third quarter begins with Kelsey drawing the D and finding Howard on the cut. Ree, on the other end, then pounds in the lane and gets another power play to drop. But just like the previous quarters, CeCe stops Angel's momentum by giving fans another prime time, which can be considered a crime. Howard lays it in on a now while Caitlin is beginning to pick up steam. Meanwhile, Angel leads the Sky with 9 boards while scoring just 7 points. While this is going on, she looks like a train slowly going awry as she simply recovers her own miss without receiving any points in return. To compound Reese's error, CeCe chases Vanderloop before drifting and making another mouthwatering serving mark in an attempt to get Vanderloop to take a step back. The Fever is good, and halfway through the third, the Sky tries to get a bucket in transition. And then this happens, and Lookout pushes Angel Reese after Reese shoves Howard in the rear. Caitlin's only option is to commit a duty foul and have the evil guy give her 2 points. Barbie obviously didn't enjoy the hack because she gets up on Caitlin's grill, talks trash, and then looks for a fight, while CeCe simply leaves the scene. I'm referring to the scene where Reese hacks the Sky from the previous season. Carter elbows CeCe in the side of her face from behind, and D-Shield then sideswipes her like a vehicle out of control. But notice that even with those obvious assaults, however, it seems that the Bayou Barbie turns out to be a softie, like a strawberry cupcake that easily melts after being baked. After reviewing the play, the referee gives Caitlin her first flagrant foul of the season with that little nudge on the back, which aggravates CC and the Fever. I never saw Caitlin retaliate. I mean, not once, because she knows that it's all part of the game. Now that the roles have been reversed, I expected a much bigger Angel to take the light hit and just be cool about it. After 3 quarters, the Fever dominate the sky, and to start the final frame, the Lady Chef continues where she left off, cooking another long bomb before pushing the leather and rewarding the Leakin Kelsey Mitchell on the field. CC responds spectacularly, feeding AB on back-to-back possessions to bury the Windy City crowd deep just before the fourth couldn't handle it. 6 to shoot. Here's Boston will fire a 3. The Fever's increasing lead is simply too great for Chicago to overcome. And when the final buzzer sounded, CC and her team crushed Reese and the rest of the Sky 93-58, marking the largest season-opening win in the Fever's franchise history. Finally, around the 6 and 12 mark, Caitlin plays with her food before splashing a rainbow to put them baddies to bed. 20 points doubled as she finished with 19 points and 13 rebounds, while Kelsey Mitchell and Natasha Howard each contributed 15 points. Reese Caitlin addressed the heated incident in the third. During the post-game, here's what she said: "It's just a good take foul. You know, if either Angel gets wide open, 2 points." She also finished with 10 rebounds, 10 assists, 2 steals, and 4 blocks to complete the MVP caliber performance. The next game on the calendar is a rematch against the Dream as the Fever attempt to open the season with a score of 0-2. But until then, this has been the Hoop Doctor bidding goodbye for the time being, and see you at the next game recap.